Kanye West is no stranger to the finer and expensive things in life. Take for instance the shoes he was wearing at this performance. The Nike Air Yeezy 1 prototypes were sold at an auction for $1.8 million.
Is this what you've been waiting for? I need you right now. Throw your hands up.
If one pair of shoes can fetch such a price, it makes you wonder what the rest of his shoe collection's worth. But here's the thing, those shoes are just the tip of the Kanye iceberg. When it comes to expensive things, Ye goes all in. From diamond-encrusted watches to multi-million-dollar cars and even a haircut routine that could fund a college education, here are the stupidly expensive things Kanye West owns. By the way, if you like videos like this and would love to see more like it, then go ahead and give us a like and subscribe below. Before we get into the bling, let's talk about the man himself. Born in Atlanta in 1977 and raised in Chicago, Kanye worked his way up from producing beats in his childhood home to becoming a music legend and fashion mogul. At his peak, he was worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 billion. Today, after some headline-making missteps, he's clocking in at around $400 million. Still impressive. So what do you do with that kind of money? Well, you start with buying a house, or two, or one in every city if you're Kanye. First, let's start with Kanye's first home, a modest timber home in Chicago's South Shore neighborhood. Kanye grew up here with his mother Donda after his parents split. Life wasn't all Yeezys and $200 hoodies back then for the young Ye. Fast forward a few decades though, and Kanye bought back that childhood home in 2019 for $225,000, which is about the price of a Kardashian Hermes Birkin. In 2003, Kanye had his first major real estate glow-up. Riding high on the success of slow jams, he bought a sleek, minimalist Hollywood Hills home for $1.8 million. With hardwood floors, high ceilings, and views that could inspire a whole album, this 4,200 square foot home was pure Kanye. Chic, spacious, and perfect for writing his debut album. The house also had a bar and a media room, which likely hosted a few graduation-era parties. Kanye sold it for $3 million in 2017. Fast forward to 2004, and Kanye was making waves in New York City. He snagged 2 adjoining apartments in Soho for a cool $3.2 million. Enter Italian architect Claudio Silvestrin, who transformed the units into a jaw-dropping minimalist masterpiece that inspired Kanye's Yeezy Season 2 collection. The 2,400 square foot loft had heated bathroom floors, pearwood cabinets, and a stone bathtub perfect for long, introspective soaks. Ye sold it in 2018 for $3 million. When Kanye and Kim Kardashian became the power couple of the 2010s, they needed a home to match. In 2013, they bought their first home together, a $9 million Bel Air mansion. This 9,000 square foot mansion came with 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and a backyard pool that could rival the Kardashians' selfie game. It was the ultimate starter mansion for the then growing Kanye clan. After all those renovations that we bet Kanye himself probably micromanaged, they flipped the house for $17.8 million in 2017. In 2014, the newlyweds went big with a $20 million Hidden Hills mansion. Kanye spent another $20 million turning it into what was described as a futuristic monastery. Inside, everything was drenched in soothing cream tones because apparently color is for peasants. It was complete with a frozen yogurt machine, a must honestly, and a walk-in pantry that probably had more square footage than most New York apartments. And it wasn't just a space for them, it was a haven for their 4 kids, who got to live out their best minimalist dreams with their playrooms with a ball pit. But those are the pretty normal things. The house also came with some unique features, like 6 royal state beds. You know, those ones that come at $250,000 a piece? Yep. It also had gold-plated toilet seats, because apparently Kanye thought that was necessary. And here's where things get extra Kanye. He took the plumbing a little too seriously. Instead of traditional bowls, the countertops were sinkless slabs with faucets just pouring water into a sloppy surface and then flowing into some kind of coin slot drain. And right outside, there are trash cans. $6,000 Louis Vuitton trash cans. Come on, Kanye, you good? Because we have questions. After the divorce, Kim bought Kanye out for $23 million. Guessing that must have been an awkward Venmo transaction. When things got rocky with Kim, Kanye went country. In 2019, he purchased Monster Lake Ranch in Wyoming for $8 million, complete with cabins, a restaurant, and equestrian facilities. He later added another ranch, Bald Ridge, for $14.5 million. The two sprawling properties were his retreat during his divorce and the alleged site of futuristic projects like Yeezy Campus. Spoiler, none of that panned out. But more on that later. Instead, the ranches served as a backdrop for horse rides, go-karting, and some quiet time for Kanye to pen lyrics. With 14 Frisian horses reportedly worth $20,000 each, we can only hope they've got some Yee-themed stables. In 2021, Kanye made waves by spending $57.3 million on a Malibu beach house designed by legendary architect Tadao Ando. To be honest, it was less beach house and more Bond villain lair, with its concrete bunker vibes and breathtaking rooftop terrace. The house sits on a busy street, not ideal for someone who dodges paparazzi like dodgeballs, but it was right near Kim's Malibu mansion. Convenient for co-parenting, or just plain awkward? You decide. Because Kanye's life isn't complete without some drama, he also bought a $4.5 million Hidden Hills home directly across the street from Kim in December 2021. The mid-century estate is not exactly glamorous. Think 1950s country vibes, complete with wood paneling and a brick fireplace. Kanye claims it was for the kids, but the Kardashian family reportedly thought it was weird even for Yee. These days, Kanye has swapped his previous nomadic life for a $20,000 a month luxury apartment in West Hollywood with his new wife, Bianca Censori. After months of bouncing between posh spots like the Nobu Ryokan in Malibu, where room rates start at a casual $2,000 a night, the couple finally decided to unpack their suitcases. Their new 2-bedroom love nest is no ordinary apartment. It comes with a private cinema and a pool, because of course it does. But while Yee might have nailed down his living situation, for now, his real estate portfolio is a bit of a mess. Remember that $57 million Malibu mansion Kanye bought in 2021? Well, the once sleek beachfront dream now resembles a post-apocalyptic set. After shutting down Yeezy Construction Inc., rumors surfaced that Kanye fired his project manager for refusing to turn the house into a bomb shelter or bat cave. A lawsuit followed, and the mansion now sits abandoned, rotting by the ocean. And the Malibu mansion isn't Kanye's only ghost town. His Wyoming ranch, Monster Lake, has become an overgrown junkyard, and his Calabasas ecosystem, a Star Wars-inspired dome city, was demolished after failing to meet permit requirements. Turns out saying, "I'm Kanye West," doesn't sway building inspectors. Even his prized Tadao Ando-designed Malibu home fell victim to his vision of a dystopian ruin. It recently sold for $21 million, a $36 million loss. Yep, Kanye's architectural masterpiece is now a fixer-upper. So while Kanye's living comfortably in West Hollywood for now, his real estate is more of a cautionary tale than success story. Here's the thing. When it comes to looking the part, you've got to give Kanye his due. Or actually just hand them all over to him. The man doesn't just dress, he commits. His style ranges from absolutely iconic to straight out of a sci-fi flick to, wait, what is he even wearing? Case in point, his jewelry. First up, there's Kanye's legendary Tige watch. Made from 8-karat diamonds, this diamond-encrusted tribute comes at a price tag of $180,000. Then there's the Horus chain, a 24-karat gold statement piece so massive it practically grazed his wrist when it debuted at the 2010 BET Awards. Worth $300,000, it features the Egyptian god Horus, because if Kanye is gonna wear a chain, it's gonna be something like that. He even doubled down on the vibe with a pyramid ring, a $300,000 knuckle duster style creation that spans all 4 fingers. I mean, at some point you start to wonder if Kanye is planning a side gig as a pharaoh. And if you thought his bling was over the top, let's talk about his haircuts. Kanye gets a fresh cut every single day. Yup, daily. And he's been working with his longtime stylist, Ivan Jasper, for over 20 years now. And if you've ever seen the bond between a man and his barber, you know it's not just hair, it's a relationship. Here's the kicker before you jump on this trend. These daily trims don't come cheap. At $500 to $700 a pop, Kanye has spent somewhere between $2.5 and $3.5 million on haircuts since 2010. So, the next time you see one of those weird cuts, just remember that the man has spent more than the price of houses on them. So... Now let's talk about his cars, because Ye has his garages stocked up with them. First up, we have the Lamborghini Aventador. If Kanye's garage was a mixtape, this Italian supercar would be the lead single. This beast was a gift from Kim Kardashian for his 35th birthday, and let's just say she didn't skimp. Originally worth about $400,000, the matte black finish and custom modifications bumped it up to around $750,000. With a V12 engine delivering 770 horsepower, a top speed of 217 miles per hour, it hits 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.8 seconds. That's faster than Kanye can drop a new album, and we all know how fast that happens. Next, we have the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren, a car that technically is not his anymore. Kim Kardashian now has this beauty parked in her garage. With butterfly doors and a 5.4-liter V8 engine producing 625 horsepower, it's no slouch. It goes from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.8 seconds. But honestly, if you've got a car that expensive, you're not really looking at speed, you're looking at status. The car's original value was around $500,000, which is, the price of a house. Then there's the Lamborghini Gallardo. You know those cars that cost more than a year at Harvard, but you get places way faster? Yeah, you're looking at one. At $160,000, this sleek ride comes with a 5-liter V10 engine and 560 horsepower. It tops out at 193 miles per hour and hits 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds, which is faster than Kanye dropping a Twitter rant. Now, this is where things get truly Kanye-level ridiculous. Enter the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren Sterling Moss Edition. This $3 million ride is a rare gem, with only 75 units ever produced, so of course Ye had to grab one. It's a tribute to racing legend Sterling Moss, and hold on, before you go off trying to grab one, you'll need more than just a hefty bank account. You actually need to track one down, which is a difficult task, I promise you. Powered by a turbocharged V8 engine with 650 horsepower, it's got a top speed of 206 miles per hour. And because it's a convertible with no windshield, it's perfect for anyone who doesn't mind having windblown hair while tearing up the streets. You know when they said SUVs are for soccer moms? Well, they were wrong. Kanye owns a Lamborghini Urus, and there's nothing soccer mom about this one. Sure, the $240,000 SUV is a little less flashy in comparison to some of the other supercars, but with a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine, 666 horsepower, and the ability to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.5 seconds, this is practically a sports car masquerading as an SUV. And Kanye being Kanye, he didn't just keep it stock. He had it painted beige, which, let's just say, earned some mixed reviews. But you know Kanye, they are his cars, and he wants to make sure you know it. But it's not all about speed and luxury always. Kanye also has Sherp ATVs in his collection, which is just about as far from a Lambo as you can get. This Russian-made all-terrain vehicle is the size of a small tank, with tires that are so big they look like they're here to crush the competition. It's powered by a 1.5-liter diesel engine with just 40 horsepower, and has a top speed of 28 miles per hour. So, it's not fast and will not exactly win any races, but it will climb over anything in its path. Kinda like the vehicle you need when the apocalypse comes. And come to think of it, maybe Kanye knows something we don't. The vehicle even made a cameo in his Follow God music video. Rumors have it he has up to 8 of these vehicles and even gifted 2 Chainz one of them. And at a value of around $120,000, I must say that's one expensive gift. Now, for something a little more subtle, by Kanye standards, the Mercedes AMG GLS 63. Valued at around $140,000, it's definitely not as flashy as a Lamborghini, but hey, even Kanye needs a casual day ride. Besides, with a V8 engine producing 603 horsepower and hitting 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4 seconds, it's fast enough to make you feel like you're in a car commercial. You know, like this one, where the car drives through empty deserts and pretends it's normal to go that fast. Then there's the Isuzu Via Cross, which is, let's be honest, this one's a curveball. A yellow 2000 Isuzu Via Cross? Really, Kanye? This car is more of a quirky little truck with a 3.5-liter V6 engine producing 215 horsepower. Its top speed is only 115 miles per hour, and it takes 8.8 seconds to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour. So, no speed demon. But look on the brighter side. At least Kanye isn't afraid to keep it weird. Current value, $13,000. Yep, you read that right. Kanye owns a car you could theoretically buy on Craigslist. Then there's also his Aston Martin, Porsche 911, and Porsche Panamera. Finally, rounding out his collection is the Land Rover Defender, a classic celebrity choice. At $100,000, it's practically budget-friendly compared to Kanye's other rides. Powered by hybrid tech and two 3-liter inline-6 engines, it produces up to 400 horsepower. It's the kind of car that looks just as comfortable in the wild as it does parked in front of a designer store. Kanye's car collection wouldn't be complete without a few rumors and whispers, right? One of the biggest, of course, is the Bugatti Veyron. Now, there's no concrete proof that Ye actually owns one, but come on, the guy's got the kind of money that could buy a small country. So it's not too hard to imagine him in one of these 1,200 horsepower hypercars. It fits his style, flashy, fast, and over the top. But until Kanye himself drops a selfie in the driver's seat, we'll just file this one under wishful thinking. Clearly, Kanye loves his cars. Well, there's still that time he and Jay-Z took a perfectly good Maybach 57 and gave it some Mad Max modifications for the Otis music video, but ancient history, right? Now, let's take this conversation to the skies, because Kanye doesn't just drive in style, he flies in it too. And not just in any private jet. Come on guys, this is Kanye we're talking about. The man once had us all believing he owned a Boeing 747. Yes, the same aircraft type that the US president uses as Air Force One. I mean, why settle for a Gulfstream when you can ride around in something that could comfortably seat up to 600 people? The rumors started flying, pun intended, back in 2018, when word got out that Team Adidas had allegedly gifted him the massive double-decker plane as a nod to his Yeezy empire. According to The Buzz, the interiors were fully customized for a life of sky-high luxury, complete with marble bathrooms, a lounge area, guest rooms, and even a luxury double-bed suite. And here we all are, thinking lie-flat seats were fancy. Basically, it was less plain and more hotel with wings. Kim even gave fans a peek inside the aircraft on social media, showing off their ridiculously lavish setup.
So this is what a private 747 is like, you guys. I've never been on one before, so I'm like, oh my god, there's bedrooms everywhere.
For a hot minute there, everyone was convinced Kanye had just casually become the owner of one of the biggest private jets in the world. But for all it's worth, all these talks about owning a Boeing are just what they are, talk. In reality, the jet that sent us all spiraling is just a chartered aircraft. Kinda like when you rent an Airbnb, but you act like you live there. Same energy. It's easy to think of Kanye West, Ye, as just a rapper. And one of the greatest of his generation at that. But let's be real. Even dropping platinum albums doesn't automatically make you a billionaire. So how did Ye get into the billionaire club? It all started with his music, and then he diversified. Kinda like your friend who suddenly gets into crypto, NFTs, and smoothie bowls. One of his most significant money moves was launching Yeezy, his sneaker and outfit brand. Fast forward years later, Yeezy wasn't just his side hustle, it became his main hustle. His collaboration with Adidas turned the brand into a global phenomenon, with sneakers that sold out faster than Taylor Swift concert tickets. Yeezy made Kanye not just rich, but billionaire rich. Forbes even valued his Adidas partnership at a whopping $1.5 billion. Add to that collaborations with brands like Gap, deals with Balenciaga, and stakes in other ventures, and Kanye was laughing all the way to the bank. But alas, 2022 came in hot, and Kanye, well, he went in hotter. Between controversies, questionable fashion statements, remember the White Lives Matter shirt at Paris Fashion Week, and an unhinged Twitter rant, the dominoes started falling. Adidas took one look at the situation and said, yeah, no thanks, and dipped, ending their Yeezy deal, effectively wiping $1.5 billion off his net worth overnight. Other brands quickly followed suit. Balenciaga, Gap, Vogue, and even his talent agency, CAA, all cut ties.
Well, tonight, a growing number of companies are cutting ties with Kanye West over the hip-hop mogul's offensive and anti-Semitic remarks. Adidas and The Gap weighed in today, knocking him off the list of Forbes billionaires.
Overnight, Ye became that one kid no one wanted to sit with at lunch. Forbes recalculated his fortune and the billionaire tag was gone. His net worth plummeted to $400 million. Still, don't cry for Kanye just yet. A $400 million net worth is no small change. Sure, it's not billionaire money, but it's buy a private island and still have cash for a fleet of jet skis money. His portfolio still includes cash, real estate, his music catalog, and a 5% stake in Skims, his ex-wife Kim Kardashian's wildly successful shapewear brand. Hold on, a Kardashian partnership surviving the breakup? That's gotta count for something. Plus, with 160 million records sold, Ye remains one of the world's best-selling artists. So yeah, he might not be on the billionaire list anymore, but that man is far from broke.